Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Daggers. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I kind of want to get back into recording my thoughts on a few different things. And today's video is going to be on the topic of AFK Journey. So I've been playing this game pretty much since launch. I think maybe a week or two after. I'm on server 166. Um, Looking at the state of the game, I feel like there's one thing that I haven't really heard content creators talking about. I put this in my last survey. I haven't really seen much traction on Reddit about this. I might actually make a post about it and see what type of the community reaction we get to these thoughts. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is the availability of certain preseason characters. So I feel like there's a real gap right now in the availability of certain characters that make them feel more premium than they should. So the main thing I want to look at is the season store, arena store, and dream store. Right? We're all familiar with the characters that are available in here, and the fact that they haven't added anything new to the arena store, and they started putting everything into the season store. And most people just accepted that and said, "Hey, this is great. We've got a season store. All the new characters that come, we have availability. You can focus in on a specific character. If I want Lily May, if I want Tossie to Supreme Plus, I can save all of my season coins and I can focus in on Tossie and I can get the character that I want. You have agency. They give you the ability to select the character. And that's one of the best things about this game, in my opinion, right? You can go meta, you can go PvE, PvP, you can do it for the character you like, whatever reason you want. They give you a lot of agency in this game, and it's one of the things that's kept me playing for a long time is that I feel like I have a lot of flexibility in different characters that I can use, and there's a way to target farm or select the character that I want even after they're no longer on the rate up banner or in the general pool. It makes it a little bit harder. I can focus in on these other resources. But the gap that I'm not hearing anyone talking about is the preseason characters. So there's there are a group of characters that you can only get from pulling either the standard banner or the epic banner. So characters like Smokey, like Iron, like Vala, Florabelle, Tamesia, basically those pre-season 1 characters that are not here in the arena store, we have no way to target farm those. I have no way to finish my Smokey. I have no way to get Iron to Paragon other than hoping that I pull him on either the standard banner or the epic banner. And I think that's a big gap that no one's talking about. And it makes those sets of characters feel more premium than any other character, even Celestial Hypos, right? I have a way to farm the exact Celestial Hypogean that I want right here. Also, when you're in the banner, you select the exact Celestial Hypogean that you want, right? I can pick who I want. I've got one copy of the twin so far. Yay me. Anyway, only way I can get Smokey or Shakir is through this or through the all hero recruitment and getting a 1 out of 8 or a 1 out of 5. There is no way, Thorin, I guess is another great one as well, right? For me to target these characters, and I feel like I essentially have to always leave at least 2 to 3 of them on my epic recruitment wish list because I have no other way to target them. And they're pretty much always staying, or some version of them are always staying on my general wish list because they're so premium. I have no other way to get them. They have to stay there. They have to take up a slot on the wish list. And why are these characters specifically treated this way, right? Why are they in this kind of ambiguous category? Some people might say Lucky Flip is a way to address that. It is to a small extent, but it's still RNG. I can't decide if I get a smoky soul sigil when I go to Lucky Flip, right? When this turns over at the end of the week, I don't get to pick, right? It's not deterministic. And to me, I'm missing that, right? It's a gap, and I feel like no one's really kind of calling this out. I specifically put this in the last survey that they sent out, and this was my main feedback. Yes, I want better ways to get stargazing, orbs. I want the ability to pull for celestial hypogeans with, diamonds with 5,000 diamonds or something like that. Yeah, all of those things, but to me those are not as important as finding a way to be able to target farm uh, certain characters, right? Certain characters. I've been lucky with Iron, but Vala, I've wanted to get her because I use her in like an assassin PvP comp. I just can't get copies of Vala. She's stuck at Supreme Plus. I can't get her to Paragon. I have no way to focus her. Shakir and Smokey have been stuck on 3 copies for all season, and I just can't get more copies of Shakir or Smokey to try and get them up to Paragon. I didn't focus on Paragons until before this season. I was much more of a build out my roster. I wanted all the characters up to Supreme Plus. When they made the changes to Paragon, I've since changed my focus and decided to get at least some good PvP Paragon heroes so that I can at least stay in the top 20, arena. Um, and top 50 Supreme Arena. Those are the areas I like to stay, and so I had to invest in some Paragons here. But it's just really frustrating as I've been trying to do this. I've realized there's this gap with certain characters, and I haven't really heard anybody address this. So I think it would be great to, add them into the arena store, right? It gives us another use for our arena tokens. There's not a lot of these characters that I want to invest in and get up to Paragon, but if they added Smokey, Iron, Thorin, you give us a way to farm them. Why are those specific characters more premium than even sell hypos? It doesn't make sense to me, and I found it to be one of the few real friction points when I'm trying to build my roster and I'm trying to build specific teams or specific characters, right? I want to get Shakir to Paragon. I have no way to deterministically do that. I have to hope for RNG on pools. I have to hope for RNG on the lucky flip. I could get any new character that should be more premium. Every single one of these characters here were on a raid up banner. They were more quote unquote premium. But I have a way to target every single one of them. I can get every single one of these to Supreme Plus to Paragon, whichever one I want. I can focus in and decide for myself, but I have no way to do that. I know I'm repeating myself now, but I just kind of want to make that point home to anyone who might watch. This is really a gap in the game, and if the community agrees with me, it'd be nice to hear some feedback to the devs because in general they have been pretty responsive. They have not always gone as far as I think they should fixing certain issues, but every season has been better. They have addressed most of these friction points for their player base, but this one's still there. So hey, thanks for listening to this rant. If anyone's still here, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. And peace, YouTube. I'm out.